In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
We'll open court at this point. The court's going to start by calling on the Boone County docket, criminal docket CR 2018-55, CR 2018-57. State of Arkansas versus Mindy Green. Ms. Green, can you hear the court all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're here today for arraignment on these two cases. Have you made any arrangements to have an attorney?
No, sir. Well, I did a public defender.
You filled out the application?
The public defender represents her.
All right, okay. That's what I was trying to determine. Okay. In case 2018-55, the charges are possession with purpose to deliver controlled substance on Schedule 4 and 5, that's a Class B felony, and furnishing prohibited articles, which is a Class C felony. On those charges, how does Ms. Green plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
(2018-57) charges are simultaneous possession of drugs and firearm. This is listed as a Class D felony, furnishing prohibited articles. Class C felony, possession of a firearm by a certain person, possession of controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2, methamphetamine or cocaine. Class D felony, possession of drug paraphernalia. Class D felony, unauthorized possession of narcotic drugs, an unclassified felony. Possession of drug paraphernalia, Class A misdemeanor, and fictitious tags. On those charges, how does Ms. Green now plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
All right. Both of these cases are assigned to the Division III docket of Judge Putman. I'm setting her down to reappear on March 16th in front of Judge Putman. That's a week from today in front of Judge Putman. Anything further to come before the court today?
Nothing further, Your Honor, other than we're still waiting for discovery on both cases, but I understand they're fairly new.
Yes. All right. Ms. Green, you may be excused then. 2018-48, State of Arkansas versus Ronald Tatro. Mr. Tatro, you're appearing at this time for arraignment. Is also applied to the Public Defender's Office?
He has, Your Honor.
All right.
Judge, it looks like Judge Putman made a note on his affidavit of indigency that Mr. Tatro has $3,500 in stocks, and Judge would not approve him.
No, that's incorrect. I do not have $3,500. It was in a 401k that my wife ended up selling while we were separated.
Would you like to see this, Your Honor?
Well, yeah, it was broke down, but it was something that's since been found out to be false. So,
Yes.
Judge, subject to objections from either the court or the public defender's office, Mr. Tatro has a revocation, 2016-153-3 in Judge Putman's court, and the prosecutor's office, because of we've agreed to take all of Mr. Shoemaker's cases, regardless of which division they fall in, to even things out, the prosecutor's office would request that Mr. Tatro's case, 2018-48, be transferred to Division 3.
I'd have no objections, Your Honor.
I would. Do I have legal representation, or am I speaking for myself right now?
Right now, you're speaking for yourself. The affidavit has been turned down by the judge. You're not going to need to, I guess, establish something before that's going to work
Your
out.
Honor, I'd like to stay on Division 3 docket. I don't know what I need to do to protest to that or to object to that, but I would just prefer, you prosecuted me when I was younger and as a prosecuting attorney.
Well, at this point, the court's going to go with what Judge Putman ruled on based on the affidavit. The Public Defender's Office is not being appointed to represent you. Your case is going to be transferred to the Division 3 docket, and in the meantime, you'll need to either make arrangements to hire private counsel, or if you want to file a separate affidavit and make an explanation in regard to what's listed on your first affidavit, that'll go to Judge Putman, who now will have your case, and we'll have it. In other words, I'm agreeing to transfer your case to Division 3, and that's where it stands. So,
Yes.
To address the issue of the appointment of the Public Defender's Office, you need to either hire private counsel, or you need to make arrangements to file a new affidavit that gives an explanation to the part of the first affidavit that the judge objected to. So that's where you stand at this point. You're now on the Division 3 docket. I'm ordering you to reappear on March 16th.
Is there no way we can address the no bond issue on my revocation, or just let Judge Putnam address it next week?
It'll get addressed at that time.
All right, and I've already turned in another affidavit yesterday to Boone County Detention Center that they'll, I guess, get to the public defender's office for.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You may be excused.
All right.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138. Harness Boots and Shoes in downtown Harrison remains the leader in the most popular and durable footwear for women, men, and children. For the ladies, Harness Boots and Shoes features a wide variety of Birkenstocks and Birkenstock socks, plus winter boots from Merrill and Mucks, as well as Twisted X and short boots. For you men, Harness Boots and Shoes brings you the best variety in the area for work, dress, and casual wear, including brands such as Justin, Double H, Rocky, Georgia, and Wolverine. And the boys and girls have a wide selection to browse through too. Harness Boots and Shoes with outstanding customer service matched with layaway and free gift wrapping all year round. It sure is a shopping experience that will bring you back time and time again. Harness Boots and Shoes, 870-741-5750, or come on down and look for the Big Red Boot on the square in downtown Harrison. Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
2018-79 and 2018-81, State of Arkansas versus Wesley Tilton.
Your Honor, I'm representing Mr. Tilton.
Oh, excuse me. There's also 2018-27 as well.
Your Honor, I'm representing Mr. Tilton in all three of his cases. I filed a interim appearance yesterday as well as a motion for discovery, and I received the discovery from Mr. Carter this morning on that. I believe today's is arraignment on all three cases or just two?
Yeah, it's down for arraignment on all three. Let's quickly attend to that. In 2018-79, the charges are possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine or cocaine, a Class D felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia. On those charges, how does Mr. Tilton plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, the plea of not guilty is noted. Yeah. 2018-81, the charges are possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine or cocaine, Class D felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class D felony, and shoplifting, Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how does he plead?
Not guilty.
That plea is noted on the record. Two 2018-27. The charges are forgery, In the second degree, a Class C felony, forgery, Class C felony, that's a second count, and theft of property, a Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how does he now plead?
Not guilty.
All three of these cases are assigned to the Division III docket of Judge Putman, and the court is, at this time, setting him down for reappearance on March 16th.
Your Honor, I would like to address bond. Is the
All right.
court in position to address that, or is that for
Certainly.
Putman? Okay.
I can do that.
On the one case, I believe it's 18-27, there was a $15,000 bond, and I believe Mr. Tilton is already on bail. He used Jim Campbell, Mr. Campbell, for the bondsman for that, I believe. And then the number on CR-18-79, there was a recommended bond of $7,500, $2,500 cash, and $5,000 through a professional surety. And then on 18-81, there was a recommended bond of $1,500. And I'm requesting that you be able to stay on bond with Mr. Campbell through the original of the $15,000, which he's already out on. Mr. Tilton resides here. He resides with his grandparents. I spoke with them last night, and they're agreeable for him to stay there. I also represent Mr. Tilton on a paternity action, so Mr. Tilton's not at flight risk or anything of that nature.
Judge,
And also,
that doesn't mean anything. I know plenty of people who are involved in paternity actions who will fly.
well, regardless of
Is he
this,
the plaintiff?
yes, he is.
Okay.
And he, so I represent him on that action. And I believe Mr. Tilton would still be employed if he got out. Obviously, he's been in jail, I believe, for about 3 weeks now. And so I would request that he would remain on his original bond.
Judge, the key factor here is that, yes, he did bond out on 28-27. I believe he bonded out on January 12th. He then committed the drug offense, which is 2018-79, on January 19th, and then the second drug charge on January 29th. So since he was out on bond, he's apparently committed 2 additional offenses. So the state thinks it's incredulous that someone would ask that the bond that he posted prior stand good for all his actions since.
Yeah. Court is going to take the position that the court will approve one bond for all three sets of charges, and set that at $25,000, cash or professional, and that will be beside that bond will be conditioned upon no use or possession of alcohol or drugs, and obviously he's got to make all his court appearances, and the bond that he made for $15,000 can be part of, if Mr. Campbell is willing to stay on it, it can be part of the $25,000 cash posting. So
Thank you, Your Honor.
that's what we'll go with.
And his reappearance is this next Friday.
Next Friday in front of Judge Putman. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
You may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court will call 2018-29, 2018-43, 2018-49, 2017-298, 2018-30, 2017-213, 2017-246, 2017-269, 2017-272, 2017-273, and 2017-274, 335, and 336. I believe that's a total of 12 cases. State of Arkansas versus John Shoemaker.
Your Honor, I believe we're still awaiting lab reports in that matter. I think the state was going to ask to continue that case.
Judge, Mr. Shoemaker has 12 cases in this county, one in Newton County. I think Narren County may have one on him. We have one more case to file. Mr. Burnett is correct with regard to the cases that involve drugs. The lab reports are not back. We have
How many of these involve drugs? I see 2. Is that correct?
I was
I
thinking
see there are 2 that are listed on this docket sheet as involving drugs.
Judge, I think it's actually more than that. If the more serious charge is a theft followed by either a Class D or a misdemeanor drug, then when we do a worksheet, we put down the theft charge as opposed to the drug charges. And Judge, we do have another case that I signed off on earlier this week that is a drug case.
Okay. That's the one that hasn't been filed yet?
I don't think, if it's been filed, it was filed yesterday afternoon. And that case is, with regard to a drug case, that case is far more serious than the other drug cases in terms of what the potential penalties are. And Judge, I will tell you, I've sat down with Mr. Burnett. We have a plea offer out there, but to be fair, and that plea offer encompasses all the cases. But to be fair, Mr. Burnett hasn't obviously had an opportunity to sit down and go through all current 12 cases with Mr. Shoemaker, let alone the 13th case, which all he knows about it is what I told him yesterday.
We have some of these cases on this, of the 12 that I just called off, that have, that they list for attorney status or for arraignment. Have all 12 of these cases been arraigned? Has he been arraigned
I
in all?
believe they have, Your Honor.
Okay.
I believe we're appointed all 12.
And you're appointed in all of them?
That's correct.
All right. So I'll take that off. We have the set, because of the volume of them, I think we set them down promptly for trial during the week of March 12th, which is next week. There's none of them that could go to trial, or?
Oh, Judge, there's a couple that could go to trial, but as a practical matter, and I think Mr. Burnett would agree with me, it would not be the best use of judicial time to try 2 and have 10 other cases floating out there when we can potentially resolve all of them.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And because speedy trial is not an issue yet, Judge, the state doesn't mind moving to continue them to our May jury trial period. But I would like a reappearance for Mr. Shoemaker on April 20th, because by that time, all the discovery should be completed, most of the lab reports should be back, and we should be in a much better position to potentially resolve everything.
That's the week of May 7th?
Yes. And I guess we should set April 20th for pre-trial and May 4th as a plea deadline, and then trial the week of May 7th.
Well, I don't really want to push it beyond the May 7th trial period unless lack of crime lab results require some of the cases to be delayed on drug cases. I'm just going to say now that, with this many cases on the docket, we need to have them disposed of either in the week of May 7th or at least some of them go to trial in the in that trial period. They simply, quite literally, Mr. Shoemaker is clogging up this docket at this point. So,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm continuing all 12 that I called today for trial to the May 7th date for trial. That will not be an excluded period. I'm going to set them down, all these 12, to reappear on April 20th for pretrial. If there are pretrial issues to take up, we'll take them then.
Okay.
Is there any way we can set a bond on these, or have some incarcerated until then?
Judge, I've spoke with Mr. Carter on bond. He's going to remain in jail at this time, and I'll get down to see you next week. The court would be willing to consider a bond. I say that only in the context of, if he's going to stay in jail longer, I'd like us to be offering him a bond. But at the present time, under the present circumstances, I want this case resolved. I don't have a strong urge to let him out, because when we let him out before, there were a whole bunch of new charges generated by that. Nobody's saying he's guilty of those at this point. I'm just simply saying that the bond that I will set will be significantly higher than previously. So that's where I am. What I'm going to tell you, Mr. Shoemaker, you need to talk to your attorney and discuss both the cases and the bond with Mr. Shoemaker. And we'll discuss them with your attorney and have him talk to the state about your being allowed to make a bond. All right? That's how it's going to work. All right.
Am I done?
You are done. You may be excused.
Thank you.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Protect the plate now, Scotty.
We've got a lot going on this spring. We could really use a new car.
Did you say you could use a new car?
Yeah.
Come with me. Scotty! Hustle up! And now's the time to get a great deal on a new Toyota.
You mind?
Sure. Here you go. Okay, here you go. Yeah.
Right now, get $1,000 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a stylish new 2018 Corolla LE.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
have 2017-286, State of Arkansas versus Ricky Freeman. This is the date was set for pretrial. Are there pretrial issues to take up today?
Judge, there are no pretrial issues. I haven't had a chance to meet with Mr. Freeman yet. I'll meet with him next week. We're still awaiting lab reports in this case.
What's his PE date?
You asking me? Yeah. Sometime in March, Your Honor. Or no, it'd be later than that now. I got some trouble, so it'd be April maybe, or May, somewhere in there.
All right. Well, so there's nothing to take up today.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Our next.
If y'all can, Your Honor, excuse me, if y'all can get something together and bring me up at the wall, we'll try to work this out today and get this over with.
I'm going to put you down to reappear on April 20th then. Huh? I'm aware of that. If there's something we can get done today, but I'm not hearing anybody suggest that we can't. All right. Mr. Burnett needs to meet with Mr. Freeman. That isn't going to be feasible today, probably
not today,
in the time frame.
Not today.
Have you made any effort to use the video to talk to him if he's back in jail?
I can do that, Your Honor. I think we had a phone call to him once. I couldn't get through to him.
Okay. Well, I'm sending him down to reappear on April 20th. All right, Mr. Freeman, you may be excused.
Thank you, Ron.
Court calls 2018-62, State of Arkansas versus George Woodworth, Jr.
Oh, okay. Give us 1 second, he's on his way.
Yeah.
And we need the horse back up here.
Sorry about that, Judge.
No problem. This matter is on the court's schedule for today to review the case. We're setting it by scheduling order. It's set for trial in the week of August 6th. Plea deadline is August 3rd. We have a pretrial hearing set for July 6th and a review hearing to check on the status of the case on May 18th. All right. Anything? Any other matters to come before the court today?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Judge, in this case, I want to say the lab report is back.
I have not seen it.
Is that an alcohol testing or?
I'm guessing it is.
Yeah. But it hasn't been furnished. If it's back, it hasn't been furnished to Mr. Burnett, is it?
It looks like it'd be a blood test, Your Honor.
I don't see it in my file, but I'm pretty sure that we have a copy, or we have at least seen a copy of it. And I will
Let's get discovery wrapped up as quickly as possible now. All right. Mr. Woodworth, that's, you may be excused at this time. Your next appearance in court will be May 18th. Your attorney will come see you.
Thank you, Judge.
You bet.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Take it to the next level with Polaris. Whether you're chasing unforgettable memories, manhandling a mountain of work, or pushing the limits of work and play, we've got the perfect machine built just for you. Now's the time to get rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Come see us at 824 North Main in Harrison.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
2017-320, State of Arkansas versus William Cotton. This is the checking on the status of the case hearing today. Where do we stand on discovery?
Judge, it looks like discovery has been completed in this matter.
Plea offer has been made.
The next appearance for Mr. Cotton would be April 20th for a pretrial. He's got appearances on June 1st and trial set on June 4th. Anything further to come before the court today?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Cotton, you may be excused.
Okay, we got to take care of this today, sir?
Mr. Burnett, have you had a chance to meet with him?
I haven't, Your Honor. I might run out during lunch and meet with him, though.
We brought him up from the DOC. So.
I know that. And I'm just, if there's any way we can do that, that would be great. All right. Your attorney's going to make an effort to get out and see you at lunch. We'll be.
Thank you.
All right. If you think it'll be productive, then
I'll go check.
I'll
have
him brought over.
Okay.
2017-288, State of Arkansas versus Carl Plumley.
Your Honor, Carl Plumley is here, but he is deaf and I won't be able to hear you over the Skype.
All right.
Carl, can you hear us?
Does he have his hearing aids with him?
He has them on, but he still can't hear over the Skype.
Judge, I've got set up. Bring him over.
Okay, let's just have Mr. Plumley brought over this afternoon. You may be excused for now. We'll call 2016-115, State of Arkansas versus Frank Wessels. Mr. Wessels, this is your first appearance on a charge by petition to revoke your suspended sentence. Have you made any arrangements to have an attorney represent you?
I got the application for a public defender yesterday, but no, it hasn't been turned in yet.
All right. You need to fill that out, sign it, and turn it in as quickly as possible.
Yes, sir. It's filled out. I just haven't gotten it turned in. I'm sorry.
All right. You're for arraignment today on charges. The charges in your in the petition that was filed against you allege that you failed to report as instructed to your supervising officer in April and May of 2017 that you did not maintain contact with your supervising officer in respect to your home residence, and that apparently you were not living, it appeared to them that you were not living at the residence that you had listed. You failed to keep current on your supervision fees in June, and you hadn't paid on your fines and court costs. So apparently all of those are the violations. On those alleged violations, how do you now plead?
Not guilty.
I'm going to note you're pleading not guilty. Strongly recommend you get the public defenders or get that application in, and then your next, I'm going to set it down for a reappearance in front of Judge Putman on March 16th. He's the judge who you pled in front of, and that's who will be handling your revocation case. So.
Okay.
All right. So you'll reappear next Friday. So it'd be very important to get that form turned in time to have a counsel appointed by next Friday.
Yes, sir.
All right. You may be excused.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Engine threats lurk around every corner. Corrosion. Wear. and gunk. Stay ahead of engine threats with Shell V Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. The best total engine protection you can get. Choose a breakthrough in premium gasoline.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
2010-53, State of Arkansas versus Michael Eddings. Back, Mr. Eddings was before the court on February 9th. On that date, he entered a plea of not true, and the revocation hearing was set off to today's date. Are we going to have the hearing today?
Judge, we can, but I thought we filed an amended petition.
I don't see it in the file.
Judge, we haven't apparently filed that, but we'll file it today, and we can have this hearing this afternoon.
That's fine, Your Honor, as long as he gives me enough time to review it. This is a Division III case, it looks like.
No, he pled out in front of me.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I looked, that was one of the things I was scanning the file to verify, and that's what I recollect. So it's my case to hear.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. All right, Mr. Eddings, I'm going to have you brought over for the afternoon session of court. You may be excused at this time.
See you then, sir.
Yes, sir. 2016-134, State of Arkansas versus Michael Shields.
to give him a second. Was that? Okay, that was before I was on board. Let's do one more while I'm here. He's hopeful too. Well, let's give him lucky number 3. Yeah, that's way better. That's fine. Let's bring him over and do something. He can be brought over, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Shields, you'll be brought over for the afternoon session. You may be excused at this time.
Thank you, sir.
State of Arkansas versus Tabitha Bates. Ms. Bates, you're appearing today for arraignment on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, methamphetamine or cocaine, that's a Class D felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class A misdemeanor. Have you made any arrangements to have an attorney represent you? No. You need to understand you have an absolute constitutional right to have an attorney. What that means is that we expect you to go out and hire the attorney of your choice. That is a private attorney, and that's a private arrangement between you and the attorney you choose to hire. Court doesn't get involved in that. However, should you discover or determine that you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you're still entitled to an attorney. So at that point, the point that you make that determination that you can't afford an attorney, then you need to take action to apply for the public defender's office. We have very good public defenders in this jurisdiction. You're not going to be getting any lesser attorney because you're going to the public defender's office. So I'm strongly recommending to you that if that's your situation, you fill out that application and get an attorney appointed. Is it at this point, can you tell me whether you're going to hire an attorney or apply to the public defender's office?
I'll probably apply for a public defender.
Okay, I'm going to note that on the docket here that you're applying. I read off the charges to you: possession of drug paraphernalia, Class D felony, and possession of drug, separate charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how do you now plead?
Not guilty.
I'm noting your plea of not guilty. Your case is on this court's docket. We've set it, we're setting it by scheduling order. Your next date to appear in court is May 18th. On that date, we'll review the case and make sure that the process between the attorneys is, in terms of discovery of information, is proceeding, and any plea offers have been made, that kind of thing. That'll be a review to the status of the case on May 18th, and then we're going to set it for pretrial on July 6th to conduct any pretrial hearings that are necessary, and then it'll be set down for jury trial on the week of August 6th, with a plea deadline the Friday before that on August 3rd. So all those dates will be entered in the record as dates. All right. Anything now? If you're going to apply, there are applications right over here on the rail. I'd get one today and go ahead and get it filled out and turned in. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. You may be excused, but get that done before you leave here. 2018-84, State of Arkansas versus Allison Hartunian.
Mr. Hartunian made, or Ms. Hartunian made appointments with
Court will make the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Ms. Hartunian.
Your Honor, she'd enter a plea of not guilty and waive a formal reading of the charges.
The court is noting that the charges in the matter are